I'm Kathy Roberts. You know who I am. I thought I would try this really fun new thing that they've got going on, and I thought I would show up as a princess. How fun is that? Now my teeth are even sparkly. What the heck is that about? But you know, it's a little fun, isn't it? Okay, so I actually wrote a blog, and the blog is how to tackle an overwhelming task. It was inspired by Rose, who put up a little blurb about a task that she thought was going to take a long time. So I'm going to read what Rose wrote. Give me 1 second. Okay, ready? It still amazes me how we organizationally challenged people perceive time. There was a task I wanted to get done this morning, and I really didn't want to do it. But I was my own mommy and told myself to do it for 15 minutes and then 15 minutes more. I expected it to take me about an hour, giving myself some breaks, I told myself. So I put on a song from YouTube and started my first 15 minutes. I finished the task in 13 minutes. So Rose wrote that she thought that something was going to take her so long, and it turned out to take even less time than the first set of time that she was going to start working, okay? So this is going to be about how we can behave in a way so that we get what we want done, the things that have to be put into place so that we can see something that we think takes so long and then come to the reality that it won't, and then actually be able to finish it, all right? To get it done, to get it started, and to get it finished. Now I have 5 things that we need to do, okay? The first thing is to recognize that we have this problem. If you don't realize that you are not a good assessor of how long something takes, you're gonna just believe that that project is gonna take you too long and you're not gonna get at it. So have this understanding that people who are more right-brained than the left-brained people, we cannot evaluate time in a way that makes sense. It just doesn't work. So know that this is part of your DNA, it's part of your makeup, and having this awareness is the first step to you being able to begin to tackle something that you think is going to take you days or weeks or even months or years. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you're going to have to put blinders on, all right? People who are organizationally challenged, what we do is we see the entire big picture. Nothing is broken up. Nothing can be broken up. One big clump, all right? Now, organizationally gifted people, the left-brainers, they're able to see a big project that has to get done, and somehow they're able to systemize it in their mind and break it down. That's why in books like 7 Habits for Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey, he says to see what has to be done, write down a list of all the things that have to be done, prioritize, and start with first things first. Well, that doesn't work for people like us. For people like us, everything is a priority. We see the entire picture. We can't break it down. Breaking it down is something that just isn't possible for us. So we have to recognize, 1, that we have this warped perception of time syndrome, and 2, that we see the entire picture, and so we need to put blinders on. We need to make ourselves only see one spot in that area that we have to do. So what I like to do is kind of think of anything, if it's a room, if it's a closet, if it's a pile, as a clock. So I start at 12 o'clock and then I work my way around 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so that I have some sort of direction of where I'm going to start. So start at 12 o'clock, right? And if it's a shelf, if it's just a spot, right? Whatever it is, say I'm going to do this one shelf. That's it. That's all I'm going to see. So that's the second thing. The third thing is set a timer. so that you know it's only going to be 15 minutes, all right? You say to yourself, I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes, and when it's done, I'll either take a break or I'll begin again. But I can do anything for 15 minutes. That does two things for us. One thing it does is that it alleviates a lot of the stress and the pressure that we feel like by that big job. And another thing it does for us is that it gives us a reward. There's an end to it. There's going to be an end to it. We have this feeling of, I'm not going to have to do this forever. As soon as that ding dings, it's going to be done. But I'm telling you something. After 7 minutes, you're going to look at that timer and think that it's broken. You're going to think, oh, you know, there's something must be wrong. Maybe I never even pushed play or pushed start on that timer. And you're going to look and it's going to be 7 minutes in. And you're going to say, oh my God, I've only been working for 7 minutes. See? So another 8 minutes is going to go by. And when that timer goes off, you're going to see how much you really did get done in just 15 minutes. And then you're going to start to realize that it's not going to take as long as you think. The next thing you do, which is what would that be? The fourth thing would be your own mommy, okay? Because while you're working on it and this time is going on and you're starting to tell yourself, oh, I must have not pushed play. I must have not pushed start for my timer. I probably only, set it up, but I never started it. You need to stop this. This is taking you too long. Be your own mommy at that point. Say to yourself, actually talk to yourself. So say to yourself, now, Kathy, it's only 15 minutes. No matter what, even if it is going to take a year and a day, okay? Right now, all you're doing is 15 minutes. Just do it till the 15 minutes and then you're done. If we can't be our own mommies in many times in our life, we will drink too much, we will spend too much, we will eat too much, we will not get to things that aren't fun, okay? So this is one thing that we've got to do, be our own mommy, okay? The fifth thing now is you've got to believe. You've got to believe that it really will not take as long as you think. If you can't believe that it will take less time than you thought it would, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to not do it. We will never do what we don't believe is possible. You may have to incorporate faith. If you can't muster up the believing, like, yes, I do believe that's going to take only that amount of time. If you can't do that, then have faith instead. Say, all right, Kathy's been doing this a long time, and she said to me that across the board, we all think that things are going to take longer than they actually do. And so I don't really believe it, but I'm going to have faith that she's right. And then when you do it based on your faith, it will build the believing that you need because you're going to see that it is true. Let me tell you one story about somebody that I actually had lunch with one time. It was when I first got started in my Tidy Tutor world, and I was teaching live classes at an adult school. He called me up. It was some older gentleman, and he said, would you mind if I took you out to lunch? I'd love to take you out to lunch and just say thank you. And I want to tell you what happened in my kitchen. So I said, sure. So I met him. We had lunch. And he told me that for 2 years, there was a section in his kitchen that was just overwhelming with papers and files and boxes, and that his sons said to him, his children actually said to him, we're not coming over anymore. We're not, come by us. We love you and everything, but we just can't stand all of the stuff hanging around. So he decided to start with that one particular thing, and he told me that he has been wanting to do that for 2 years because every day he told himself how long it was going to take. So he told me, I can't begin to tell you how thankful I am. It took about an hour. He said it took about an hour, maybe a little bit more, of the amount of time that I wasted not doing it. I can't begin to tell you. And now, it's encouraged me. I can do the rest of it. And, you know, it was a very short time that his children came over again, and he was able to be the grandpa that he wanted to be. If you're watching this video, go to my website, tidytutor.com, put in your name and email. You'll get 1 tip a day for 10 days. It'll rock your freaking world, each one of those things. They're very, very simple things. They're not profound, but they are profound, and they make a big difference in your life. And when you do that, you'll get hooked up with my email list, and you will get my blog. So this particular blog that I'm sending out today, you'll get it too if you do that, okay? This is so fun, isn't it? Oh my God, it takes about 10 years off your face, and it makes you a princess. Well, at the same time, who would not want that to go on, right? All right, so I'm going to sign out. Bye.